The Empower Me Tour lands in Salisbury, North Carolina at Livingstone College. It's homecoming weekend. The atmosphere was festive and the fans were great. We're up close with Ford to talk about their involvement in the HBCU Empower Me Tour and why it's so important. Plus, we get the pulse of the people to talk about the importance of voting and the impact the upcoming presidential election will have on its next generation. We head inside the Tour Zone to get the inside scoop on why many students chose to go to an HBCU and what that experience has meant to them. And Hill gets one-on-one with political science major Sam Brown. Plus, we got your empowerment moment. Goals and dreams.
Most of us have goals and dreams. We can say that. We can raise our hand. But very few of us know exactly the methodology or process by which we're going to achieve those goals and dreams.
All in the spotlight. Empower Me TV starts now. Hey, you're up close with Ford on the HBCU Empower Me Tour. And I'm talking to Harold, who's a representative of Ford. Let's talk about why has Ford gotten on this on board on this Empower Me Tour, and why you think it's important for them to partner with UNCF to bring forth this Empowerment Tour.
Well, Ford thinks it's important to get involved in this Empowerment Tour because of their historical involvement with our community, both from an economic and an educational standpoint. We've been supporting HBCU for over 40 years. We've given over $10 million to this effort, and supporting the Empower Me Tour allows us to get back in front of students, and we have a couple of programs we have going right now that directly affect the students.
Now, speaking of empowerment, you guys do a lot of empowering through some of your programs that you have, and now you're a part of the HBCU Empower Me Tour that's sponsored by, that's brought to you by UNCF. How important is it for our young African-American students to be empowered by corporations like Ford and organizations like UNCF?
Well, it's very important for our students to be empowered by major corporations because a lot of the assets that these large corporations have can be utilized by the students because they become, for example, suppliers to these organizations. There's also mentoring programs that a lot of these corporations offer that can help the students get over the hump when they're first starting on their particular business. And a lot of it is networking. A lot of African Americans who are in the management ranks can offer advice via a phone call to somebody that you may know. And the networking aspect is very important because that's how most business is done. It's not done between strangers. It's done between people who know people or people who can refer you to people based on their recommendation.
Up Close is brought to you in part by Ford. Drive one.
You're watching Empower Me TV. Let's go, Bluebirds!
Well, I mean, it's making history. I mean, because if you don't vote, then, I mean, you have no say-so. I mean, don't be down in anything and don't be, being negative about the situation if you're not going to go vote.
The election is critical. It's vital. I promise you, in our lifetime, we'll never see something like this ever again. So therefore, this is our opportunity to make history for the first time ever. Let's do it.
I think it's very, very important for this generation to vote in this upcoming race because of the fact that a lot of people try to break it up racially. But I really believe that when you take candidates, you need to vote based on what their standpoints are. You need to vote because you support their reasoning and what they're trying to do for America. So if you don't vote, you don't have representation.
You got Red Cup, interview, rock, sponsors. Let's get inside the Tour Zone. HBCU Empower Me Tour, Livingstone College. It's homecoming weekend. I'm with my man Jared. Man, let's talk about your HBCU college experience. What made you choose to come here and why?
I chose to come to HBCU because I wanted to get the history and had the historic values that my grandfather had back in 1962 when he came here and he graduated from Livingstone. So having history at one school and trying to have more history in 2008, 2009 is a wonderful experience.
So now, what brought you here?
Actually, I'm gonna get real serious and tell you. I'm gonna tell you. In high school, actually, I really didn't do that well. I actually played around and all that stuff, and Livingstone actually gave me a second chance, basically, because I was really gonna go to community college, and then like my counselor actually told me, she was like, the Livingstone it will accept your GPA or whatever, and they was like, you could just check the school out, talk to the recruitments over there, and actually I talked to a man named Moses Gordon. He came to my high school, and he works here now. Okay. And he actually said, just fill out an application, and just like, I went through a program called Summer Bridge. Okay. It's a program for like people with low GPAs or whatever, or don't have enough funding.
Well, I mean, for me, coming to a HBCU has always been something that I wanted to experience, only because I know the history in going to HBCU, and I've always had a strong belief in knowing where you're from in order to gain and continue to grow and go forward in life. So being here has really taught me a lot of things about my ancestors and why I need to continue to pursue my dreams and career goals.
Well, I chose to go to HBCU because to help your black people, you need to know about your black people. And my main goal in life is to become a college professor. So why not learn about my people here? And just being around the surrounding of getting extra attention from your teachers and coming to this small environment where you can get one-on-one treatment. And it just kind of just helped me out throughout my college career.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Hill Harper. I'm here at Livingstone College with junior political science major Sam Brown. I'm about to go and talk to a group here at Livingstone, and we're in Salisbury, North Carolina. And Sam, before I go out and talk, just will you tell folks that are watching, just give them a sense of first your HBCU experience, your experience here. I love the T-shirt. I love LC, representing very well. Tell them about your experience. First, talk about what is your experience like being here at Livingstone?
Well, my experience here at Livingstone College, for one, first and foremost, has been one of humility. Going to an HBCU, you actually do run into some things that, for whatever reason, you may not experience at other schools,
like
state schools. I mean, just certain things, dealing with the dormitories. The food may not be as good as you want it to be. And it's a humbling experience for you because we have people here at Livingstone that come from all backgrounds, professional backgrounds. Some here are first-generation college students. Some come from privileged families, some do not. And it's a real humbling experience because you gain an appreciation for, the things that you have that you may not have ready at your hands when you come here to school on your own. You don't have your parents giving you money all the time. Sometimes you may go to bed without that, double cheeseburger from McDonald's you want because you can't find a ride. I mean, it's just, the normal college things that you experience and the problems that you run into here at Livingstone that makes the experience more humbling, but we're all a family, so.
Now, some people, when they talk about HBCUs, some people say, well, listen, HBCUs grew up in a time when there was Jim Crow segregation right after. Obviously, some are very close to within 20, 30 years of the Civil War. People now say, is there a relevance to HBCUs? There's a African American male who's vying for the presidency. Why do we need HBCUs? What would be your response? What is the purpose, or are HBCUs important, and if so, why?
I would say that they are very, very important to us because, as I said before, and people used to ask me the question all the time, why are you going to Livingstone? You could have gone to UT or Vanderbilt or University of Memphis, but I chose Livingstone College. I mean, when I left high school, I was determined to go to a HBCU because, I just always, it resounds in my mind the fact that there was a time when all we had were Livingstone colleges. All we had were Morehouses and Spelmans. That's all that would take us. And they took the best and the brightest, and when desegregation came along, it's as if, not to say that we became satisfied, but it's, okay, we can go to the white schools now. I mean, their facilities may be better, so we give our money to them. And in turn, our black colleges began to suffer because we didn't send our children back. We left, got our PhDs and sent our children to, the UTs and the UKs and didn't send them back to the Spelman and Morehouses, which led to the decline of a lot of our HBCUs. But I'm a advocate for HBCUs. I tell anyone it is an experience that you cannot get anywhere else. You will get a sense of identity that you have never had before, and I'm telling you, it's just the greatest experience I've ever felt, and I will not exchange it for anyone's Harvard, anyone's Yale, anyone's Cornell, anyone's Vanderbilt, anything. I'm a Livingstonian Blue Bear and will be until the day I die.
It's fantastic. And you feel empowered. It's clear to me, and I can tell just by sitting next to you, talking to you, that this is an intelligent, strong brother, and for you to say that about Livingstone is a testament, because you reflect that, you represent it, and just by meeting you in a brief period of time, I can see how intelligent, how well spoken, and that you are, and that's really important. And this whole tour is about empowerment, and he represents empowerment.
Lights, camera, action. It's time for the spotlight.
Who here knows somebody that's won millions of dollars playing the lottery? You know him? You do? You do? For real? I don't believe you. You know why? Because the lottery is the most regressive tax in this country. The lottery takes money from the poorest people and doesn't actually reward them. Why? Because most of us have been duped. We've been bamboozled. We've been misled. Okay? So here's the question. They allow us to believe and think. That's fantastic. They allow us to believe and think that your goals and dreams are possible, but you're never exactly taught how you're going to do it.
Next time on Empower Me TV, we deep in the heart of Texas at Paul Quinn College in Dallas, Texas. Be on the lookout. The Empower Me Tour is coming to an HBCU near you. For more information or to register, log on to empowermetour.org. I hope to see you in the tour zone.
UNCF presents Empower Me TV, brought to you in part by The Self Show, your #1 source for talk and entertainment for teens and young adults, giving a voice to those without one.